HSBC presents CNBC TV 18's Future Female Forward, the Women's Collective.
Today on CNBC TV 18's segment of Future Female Forward, we have with us a very special guest who has truly embraced the art of multitasking in her career. She's not just an actor, she's a model, influencer and an entrepreneur, or should I just say, Nish Hair Ki Malkin, Parul Gulati. Parul, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today on CNBC TV 18. It's a pleasure to have you here with us.
Thank you so much. That was a very sweet intro. I feel really excited to be here on Future Female Forward.
Let's start with the name, Nish Hair. Where did that name come from?
So my nickname at home, everyone calls me Nishu.
Okay.
So my mother named it Nish Hair because I really thought of different names. I was like, what do I name this brand? And somehow I was always inclined towards names that were just 4 letters. They are just so cute to remember. You remember Chote Naam.
Now, you started Nish Hair in 2017 from your living room with the help of your mom's sewing machine. Can you tell me a little bit more about your story, about how it all started?
When it started, I was like, this is how you can do it. There was no other way. I didn't think you need a factory to start a business. I didn't think you need a big platform or enough to know about business to start a business. I just knew that I want to create a banging product, a product that every woman will desire in few years to come. That was the goal, and just started making a few things, piecing it together, breaking it up, then styling it again. And we ended up creating some really good products together, me and my mom.
Even though you started this in 2017, when did you first think about it? You know that it would be cool to start.
Very close to it. I think it was a similar month I thought of it, and then I went after it.
Okay. Now, in the first year, Nish Hair made around 40,000 in sales. Fast forward to today, the company is valued at more than 50 crore. Can you talk a little bit about the growth from the time you started till now?
It's been crazy. It's been really, really crazy. I used to tell Mama, there was sale bhi nahi hui thi. There was no sale at all. And I would say, Mama, about us, they will teach in colleges. They'll tell, we'll be a case study. We started from a living room. And I think I'm living that dream right now. That's all I would say. It's been crazy. Everyone knows me and they just call me Nish Hair. They don't know my name, but they know my brand. And that's all that I dreamt of.
One thing I want to talk about is, you know how there's this thing like you're wearing a wig. If you wear it, people say, oh, you're wearing a wig. What do you think about that? Like, isn't it high time that people see this as an other fashion element and not just a wig or something that's, you know, too much to wear?
8 years ago when I started, 8 years now, it was even more of a taboo then. Oh God, kuch bhi balon mein lagana as a wig. They didn't even know about hair extensions. So I do take pride in it for shifting that mindset in Indian women that this is no longer a wig. But yes, there's still that market which is untapped, or women who do not know about it. Still, which is what I wish to tap this year so that these women also know about it. I think it's just the awareness that they lack. The moment they see it on their hair, immediately, like for the first time when you tried Halo, you must have been like, oh wow, something like this exists.
Yeah.
So I think that's what people don't know about it yet. And mostly the ones, those who are calling it a wig, are the ones that are never going to wear it, which is men. Right? वो लंबे बाल तो नहीं पहन के घूमने वाले कहीं पे भी. So they usually end up calling, oh, it's a wig, because they don't know about it. I do feel women are way more aware, and thanks to social media, everyone is on social media scrolling, seeing things, and they're learning so many things.
When you started this, did you have people come and say, what are you doing? What are you like? Is this even needed?
A lot of people. My mama told me just lay low and not talk so much about it, because anyway I was doing something that no one in my family had done, which is acting. And then on top of it, I was doing a business of human hair extensions, which no one had heard of. I mean, it's India's first company.
Online, right?
Online,
first
yes,
company.
yes.
Online.
I would say it's a first brand of sorts. There was no brand before Nish Hair. Anybody who's doing something that no one's done before, people laugh at them, and when they start making money, then they're like, oh, we supported her.
Yeah. So that did not get to you is what you're saying, right?
See, we spoke about when you want to learn something, you have to be thick-skinned in order to get into anything new.
Right.
Right, or anything that somebody has not done before you. I'm sure you're the first journalist in your family. Or
Yeah.
yeah.
Doctors, my dad is a doctor, my mom, my sister.
So, फिर भी वो educated family.
Yeah.
And my family, nobody is nobody. So, coming from that kind of a background, I think it took a lot of time to make them see. And even if they laughed, being an actress, I've been rejected so many times that I used it. It was a chink in my armor, and I used it for my advantage. And even if somebody said no or laughed at me, it didn't matter to me because I had already been part of a business, a show business, which nobody had done before.
You were there on Shark Tank's season 2, and you walked in asking for 1 crore for 2%, and you walked out of the tank getting exactly that.
I was actually very scared, and I've said this time and again, I was very nervous. I'm just an actor, I can fake it. These are the people who've conquered the world of business. What can I say to impress them? What can I do to get them to appreciate what I'm doing, right? I want them to recognize, for them to recognize my business. At some point, I chose to be myself in there.
And that worked out for you.
And it worked out for me.
Were you in a fix as to who to pick from the Sharks?
I went for Vinita and Aman. But somehow, I don't know, in that moment, I did ask them a question that, will you be able to give me time? Because more than money, I needed time of somebody. And Amit sir just said that he will be able to offer me the
Give
time.
you that.
Yeah.
And that's what stood out for you. That's what you wanted.
That's where I made my decision that at this point, I need hand holding. I don't need so much of an investment. I don't think I'm going to raise again.
Okay.
I just want guidance in order to scale. I do have the vision, I do have the hunger, I do have the dreams to become a billionaire. But in order to get to that, it takes a lot more than just money.
Post Shark Tank, your monthly revenue almost tripled. You went from 80 lakhs to 2.5 crores. So, can you tell me what fueled that growth?
First got me into every household in India. My main clientele, which is women, they consumed that content, they understood about it, they started searching on it. And those searches converted into sessions, and those sessions converted into sales over the period. So even if, let's say, 100x people came from the day I had my episode aired, conversions took a longer period. Maintaining those people only happened because I did prepare my team. We are going to get a lot of people, right? Even if we don't get the sales, I want to retain them. I want them to know that this is what you will need in years to come, even if they are not even thinking of buying it. I just made sure whichever customer steps into the store or onto my website needs to feel welcomed and that warmth that we've got you covered. Whenever you lose your hair, we've got you covered, was, I think, for me to maintain that till now. Again, money is just a byproduct of it.
Balancing a thriving acting career with something that you're doing right now. How do you make both work, and don't you feel burnt out?
Sometimes I do. I would not deny that. Sometimes I just sit with myself and then I'm like, no, this is what I dreamt of. I always wanted to do more than 2-3 things. And everybody has 24 hours in a day. I take it upon myself as a challenge that what I make out of these 24 hours will define me. Because I look up to people like Priyanka Chopra, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, and these people also have 24 hours in a day. How are they conquering the world?
Yeah.
I want to become like them. I do not want to ever sit and say, oh, I'm burnt out. It's also when you tell yourself. I don't want to tell myself that ever.
So there's not been a point you're saying where you felt, should I give one up?
Oh, never.
Never.
Never. It's also because it's so innate in me, because people told me you can't do it. So I'm like, I have to prove it. I remember in second standard, it was the first day of the school. I had changed my school and teacher asked us, what do you want to become? Everybody said doctor, this thing, that thing. I remember saying, in the first half of the day, I want to be a doctor. Then I want to be a teacher. And then I want to be, in the evening, I want to be an actor.
Okay.
Now, second standard में क्या age होती है? My teacher is like, you can't be three things. You have to pick one thing in order to be really good at something. And I was just like, no, that's not my truth. That's your truth. That's what you accept for yourself. I accept for myself a legacy, excellence, and efficiency in everything that I do.
Getting back to what you just said, even on the tank you went, they asked you, is acting or is this your full-time job? I love how you spoke about how for women, they can give their all in their marriage and their child. And you said that Nish Hair is your baby and acting is like your marriage. So I really love that. Can you talk a little bit about how that sort of talks about your passion in both fields?
It's like women have been doing this forever, right? They were running houses. They were making sure kids are going to school, everything is taken care of. Their clothes are in place, their books are in place. Then they go to work, come back, take care of them, take care of their husband. They've been always doing that. That's how we were trained since childhood. Women have been doing this for years, eons.
Yeah.
And they can multitask well, and that's our superpower.
Nish Hair specializes in 100% human hair, right? Did you ever find it hard to source your raw materials
Oh,
ever at
never.
the start?
India is a mecca of hair. People donate hair like anything. And thanks to them, उनके सपने पूरे हो रहे हैं और मैं किसी और के सपने पूरे कर रही हूँ.
And how do you ensure authenticity of the product?
The person that I take it from, who's my vendor, who gets it from the temple directly. And so you can choose to get it from different temples. There's a temple in Ujjain. I choose to get it from, specifically from Tirupati Balaji.
Okay, so is this just one vendor or are you working with?
I have couple of
Couple
them,
of
so
vendors.
that kabhi kami ho gayi to.
In Bombay, how many stores do you have right now? Two. Okay,
Yeah.
and which one of these are like more jam-packed if you
Andheri,
compare?
because I
Andheri.
also have more head stylists there, and it's also my head office extended to my retail store. We are in Delhi, just opened in Hyderabad, and somewhere in 24 ending I opened in Dubai, my first international store.
Congratulations. D2C brands struggle with customer retention. Is that an issue for you and how do you make that work?
D2C market, there are going to be other brands who will try to aim to get your data or your clientele.
Has that happened?
Oh yeah, 100%. They target your followers for the ads, like that's as petty as that. The market of hair extension is still this much and there are only 2-3 brands and everyone's trying to target each other. But thankfully, everyone's creating newer content, so new people are getting aware of this new thing called human hair extensions. Now coming to retaining those people, I feel a good after sale service is what I can provide. Once you've shopped from me, if you come back to me, I'm going to still give you an after sale service of taking care of your product or guiding you how you can still make it last for really long, because this is not a product that you wore once and it's going to last only for a year or two. This is going to last you for 10 years plus. It's human hair. Dead hair is more valuable than your actually alive hair. Constantly rewarding your customers with something or giving them early access to the ones who've been with you for a really, really long time. There are a lot of tactics and you have to play with what's the trend or what's the flavor of the season.
Could you tell me the best-selling one on your website?
It has shifted now. It's definitely the clip-in extensions that are my best sellers. Clip-in, I'm talking about the ones that fall under 5,000, between 3,500 to 5,000. Halo is just one big patch and it's thicker and it's above
Costlier, right?
13,000. Right? So not everyone's going for that. Everyone's opting for something first more affordable in order to fall in love with it more, to go for a bigger purchase, which I absolutely understand. I would do the same.
Now let's get into how you got into acting. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
I was all destiny, I think. I think acting was destiny and my business was a conscious decision that I made. It happened on Facebook. I was in 12th standard in school. I just got a message on Facebook. We are looking for fresh faces and
Did you
you
think it
fit
was
the bill.
fake?
14 years ago, it was still a thing that, I mean, you didn't know of scams.
Scams.
Because I didn't know about it, I still did my little research on
Okay.
Google, who is this production house, who is this person, and then convinced my brother to come with me.
Okay.
So that भाई होगा तो ध्यान रख लेगा ना, protect करेगा मुझे. And we came here and I auditioned and they offered me the part and they offered me a good pay and I was blown away and my family had planned that we'll just take you around, घुमाएंगे, वापस ले जाएंगे, सपना पूरा हो जाएगा, बॉम्बे देख लेगी. And when I came back, I was like, no, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life.
Nish Hair is known for its all women team. Is that a choice that you made consciously, or did something happen for you to like sort of decide that you want a team like that?
From the beginning, I just had a sour experience with men. The first person who was stitching for me went ahead, started his own company of hair extensions. I taught him how to do it. That just left a very bad taste in my mouth. I was just like, Then another person messed with my accounts, another person messed with my website, and there was one woman also who crossed me, and I think it all happened because I was doing two things and I could not decide I could not give enough time to the business to learn my business enough. Now I know a lot about it, so something like that won't happen. 2017 to 23, I always had one man working in the company and they were just trying to steal from me or trying to cross, and that gave me a clear picture. When women work, they work as if it's their company. Men work if they can own the company. It just became very clear to me, or maybe it's just my experience was bad with the men I worked with. If I can be the company by next year who's a 100 CR revenue company, all women, I may be making history in India.
Influencer marketing, that's everywhere.
Yeah.
Now for your brand, you are the face. So do you ever get scared thinking the brand might not move forward without your face? Like, do you feel trapped at times?
I do think about it, but then I'm like, I love being in front of the camera. There's no day I'm not going to.
So you don't feel trapped by it?
No, and now AI is there. Soon enough, I'll put a face on somebody or on AI, my own face, and AI will be creating my videos for me.
Nish Hair is a premium brand in a price-sensitive market. Have you struggled explaining your price points to customers?
Sometimes I do, but then I'm also like, how is Louis Vuitton, Prada, or even in India, Sabyasachi, these kind of brands are being consumed by people and they are making millions every month. Okay? So that means there are people who are consuming those things. So I may start from there, but I do want to speak to entire India because it is also the need more than just an aspiration. I think I'm just very close to finding that right balance.
Each brand, whether small or big, it does face backlash, right? Have you ever come to a point where you've had that happen with Nish Hair, like any sort of backlash or a brand crisis, let's say?
Oh, thankfully, no, I don't think so, because what we are doing is also I think my business runs on a lot of blessings because I'm solving a problem like for cancer patients, making chemo wigs. So I think a lot of women are showering us with blessings. So thankfully, we've never ran into any crisis. And I think even if we would, there's so many positive vibes to this business.
How long did it take for you to break even?
I was putting in slowly. I know I've said this time and again, I did buy only 2 bundles for 5,000 or less, right? And then I was putting in slowly, and then the biggest chunk that I bought was for 1 lakh. So break even was never the thing, because when people put in money, they put in a lot. Like for example, right now when I've opened in Dubai, my break even will take time, because that's also I've formed a new company in another country.
Right.
I have put in an X amount because now Nish Hair has a name to it. For me to break even, that's something I can talk about. I will be breaking even by April, because
Okay.
that required a big amount, because I had to launch with a bang. But when I was starting out Nish Hair, I think I recovered. Every time I sold one piece, I was recovering the cost of a lot of things. And I was always in profit.
Can you share some revenue milestones?
I wanted to just do 10 lakh rupees. There's that book Magic. You've read that book?
Yeah.
They give you a fake check also of... so I remember my mum found it a few days ago. She was just cleaning
a few
up.
days ago now.
Yeah, very recently. I think we were in the middle of shifting some office and things, and in one of my books, that check was there. I had written Nish Hair, 10 lakh rupees. And I was like, oh my God, क्या goals थे मुझे सिर्फ 10 लाख रुपए कमाने थे because उस वक्त 10 लाख कमाना मुझे लगा था.
It was huge that time.
Yeah, मुझे लगा कि then I've made it. And then I think now I want to do 100 CR. I think the day I do it, it's not for the money of it, it's just a self-made business, only woman, one founder doing 100 CR is just such a nice ring to it.
Can you tell me what percentage comes from online and what comes from offline? Roughly.
Online, just my own website right now is 60%.
Okay.
Then e-commerce platforms, Amazon, that would
Where all you sell?
Blinkit in quick commerce. In e-commerce, we are on Myntra, Amazon, and then our offline store. So I think 20% is somewhat coming from these platforms, 20 to 25%, and then rest of the 15% would be offline for now. So 60% is coming from only my website, and rest of the 40 is coming from different places.
What sets Nish Hair apart from every brand out there that does what you do?
It gives you that instant result, right? So skincare and makeup में जो difference होता है. So hair care is hair care. Hair extensions, Nish Hair is makeup for hair, right? Nothing can replace makeup. You can do as much skincare, but the moment you put on makeup, you can instantly see, and then at night you remove it, right? So in hair extensions, with Nish Hair, that's what I'm doing. I'm giving you makeup for your hair, and you're good to go.
You just spoke about how you want to reach the 100 crore club. How far do you think you are from your goal?
This fiscal year, I will do it. Having more range of products and having more physical stores will get me there, and that's the plan.
Now, if you reach 100 crore tomorrow, would you plan to sell it or double down and scale it further?
Double down and scale it further any day.
No thought of
It's a
selling.
legacy I'm building, okay?
Yeah.
I want this to last even after I'm gone, and that's the only thing I dreamt of since childhood. I want something that has my name on it and lasts even when I'm gone. And I think everyone wants to make a good quality product only, right? They only get stuck at kare na kare, kab kare, do we have enough funds? They start listening to everybody. So you need to cut the noise.
Parul, your journey from going after your passion in acting to then building a brand like Nish Hair has been truly inspiring, and I'm so sure that your younger self would be so proud to see how far you've come today. Thank you so much for taking the time to join us, and I really hope we can get to chat sometime soon.
Definitely. Thank you so much.
And with that, we come to the end of today's insightful conversation. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Diya Ipin, and I'll see you next time right here on CNBC TV 18.
HSBC presents CNBC TV 18's Future Female Forward, the Women's Collective.
Thank you for watching us on CNBC TV 18. For all news and updates, subscribe to our YouTube channel and watch us on all social media platforms.